okay, you're going to have a broad philosophy of discovery, and then we'll train you to do the nitty-gritty bit of discovery, like walking around and looking at things. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here. Today, playing Jon Shafer's At the Gates. Obviously, a little bit of buzz about this. A very strong pedigree behind it. The lead designer of Civilization V does a new 4X strategy game. Some people are going to be interested in that, most notably me. I've had my eye on this for a little while, and I'm very excited to get a chance to play it. If you are signing up for At the Gates expecting this to be Civilization VII, you are in the wrong room. It ain't. It may have a sort of similar vibe to it. It may have a similar feel, a similar look, but this is not Civilization. This is a very different game, a more thoughtful game, a game about planning, a game about thinking rather than reacting. I have put a little bit of time into this already. I was fortunate to get this a few days early. I've had this kicking around for a few days, and I've had a chance to mess around with it. I was very fortunate to get a key from the developer, so thank you, John, for that. Very much appreciated. So I've put, at this point, about 4 hours into the game in the last couple of days or so, and I am barely scratching the surface of what this game is. Barely scratching the surface. I feel as if I've only got a vague handle on what's going on, but I think enough to show off a video and see where we want to go from there. I would say let's jump right into the action, but really there's a lot of stuff that has to be discussed before we even make a move here. But all of that being said, let's play some Jon Shafer's At the Gates. So we have a bunch of tribes that we could theoretically choose from. Right now, I only have one, which is the Goths. And their unique ability, they will start with a little extra food and a little extra money. That is never a bad thing. All of the other ones, the Huns, the Vandals, the Picts, the Franks, the Saxons, all of these guys are going to have to be unlocked. To unlock a faction, you must either form an alliance with its leader or conquer its capital while playing as a different faction. And the broad end game, if you will, I've never seen it, I haven't even gotten close to it, but the broad end game, as I understand it, is to eventually conquer Rome. That's the goal. We are the barbarians at the gates, and our goal is to demolish what remains of the Roman Empire. So we're going to start as some barbarians, the Goths. Let's get stuck into it. And a lot of things are going to pop up right out of the gate. Most notably, we've got 3 clans who are going to join us. So here's the thing. Everything we do will be done by clans. So instead of, well, you know what, there's just going to be a ton of comparisons between this and Civilization. So let's start knocking them out of the box. Instead of a builder who's going to go around and do a bunch of different things all over the map, we're going to have a clan and they're going to do one thing. They will have one job, but we're going to have a bunch of clans. Eventually, we've only got 3 right now. We can have, up in the left-hand corner here, a max of 12 right now. We can increase that later, but I gotta feed all these people, so there's no incentive to get massively huge right out of the bat. And this is our settlement. This is where we live, and that's it. This is not, again, Civilization comparison. We're not going to have 20 cities all over the map. We're going to live right here. And what I have learned, let me point out some of the things that the game taught me right out of the gate. First thing that I saw when I fired this game up, apart from the lengthy and encyclopedic game help section, we're going to come back to that in a second, is welcome to At the Gates. At the Gates is a hard, slow game. Accomplishing things will take time, and they ain't kidding about that. This is a game where I have spent a great deal of time just staring at the screen, thinking. So, long story short, this may be a more brutally edited gameplay video than I traditionally have. This is not me reacting to things. This is briefly recording and then sitting staring at the screen for some time, figuring out what to do next. It's such a planning game. Now, speaking of the encyclopedic game help section, let's talk about one of the features that was really, really hyped about this, which is the tooltips. Everybody loves tooltips, right? They tell you what things are. So, I don't know, let's pick something like our clans. Let's get out of that and pick my clans. Here's my clans. We'll come back to them in a sec. But those are the 3 people who joined. We've got Edlef clan and Bertram clan and Talbot clan, and they're all going to grow. They're all going to have babies, and that's going to be more mouths to feed, and they'll get bigger and whatnot. But I don't know, Talbot clan for you, for instance. Let's not go to that. Let's talk about the Talbot clan. Like, say, your traits here. So you are Rivermen. You have no extra move points needed to enter the tiles with streams. Fantastic. No extra turns needed to enter tiles with streams. Fantastic. That's not what we're talking about. You're fastidious. Your training time is doubled. Resource production increased by half. All of that's fantastic. Let's talk about the tooltips. So I could say go look at fastidious and go, I'd like to know more about training, and hover over that. And there's a whole thing about training, but no. Maybe while I'm reading about training, I want to learn about discipline. Oh, and while I'm learning about discipline, maybe I want to learn about discovery. And while I'm learning about discovery, knowledge to tinkerer, and then finally to produce, and blacksmith, and digger. It's tooltips within tooltips within tooltips, etc. to infinity. It's ridiculous. I have no excuse for not knowing what something is, because virtually anything I hover over has a tooltip attached to it. I have the Encyclopedia Britannica version of At the Gates at my fingertips. It's amazing. There is so much information here. There is no reason, and I know, ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay, but there is no excuse for me not knowing what something does, because I can just hover over it. So I came out of the clans for just a sec. We'll come back to those guys in a minute. Don't worry about those guys. They're just hanging out right there. There's no time limit. Time is not ticking by. I have all the time in the world to make a move. But now I want to look at my starting location, which, by the way, is completely randomized every single time. Now, I know that's not new to Civilization players, but it's way more randomized. And again, another comparison to Civilization. If I throw on a game of Civilization and do it on, say, normal setting with, average normal stats and specs and everything, I can have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to see when the screen opens up. Randomized to be sure, but I can have a reasonably decent idea of what I'm going to see. I have restarted this game 5 times, and it's been radically different every time. You can have a really good starting location. I did on my first game. I actually had a fantastic starting location. And then the next 3, not so much. Not so much. So what have I got to work with here? What have I got? Here's us. Here's us right here. Here's our settlement. I have some rocks over here. There's an unidentified mineral here. I could theoretically send someone to go figure out what that is. Looks like I've got some berries right here. Fantastic. I have at least one source of food. What I'm not seeing is a lot of trees. And wood is a huge factor. We're going to need to make a lot of things out of timber, and I don't see any trees except for this little tiny patch, and this is not even trees. I can't even cut these down. This is just brush. Unidentified plant over here, unidentified rock. Clearly there's some beehives over here. We could get some honey. I have no idea what this is. This is a rumors of a wheat farm. So if there's a wheat farm, there's somebody else over there. Okay. Not really looking to step on anyone's toes this early in the game. What is the star? Rumors of an ancient shrine. I've never even seen that before. I don't even know what. Well, tooltip it. What is an ancient shrine? Places for contemplation and worship established by distant ancestors. Inspirational qualities allow adjacent clans to recover all lost morale in a single turn. Okay. Neat. So if I had an explorer or maybe some military out there and they weren't doing so hot, I could park them next to the ancient shrine, and they would regain their morale. Pillaging them provides temper. Well, actually, hang on. What's pillaging now? Takes 1 turn, provides a lump sum of resources as plunder, but damages the target structure. And I could just keep going down those tooltips. The tooltips are ridiculous. They're wonderful. They're amazing. It's just mind-bogglingly how much information is available here. Rumors of a bandit camp. Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we did not draw a very good starting location. I've got no trees that I've seen yet. Got some beehives, some animals up there. I don't know what they are yet. We've got a bandit camp to our east and somebody else's wheat farm to our west. Okay, well, let's see what we can do with this. All right, so new clans have joined. Yes, I know that. Clan Edlef, what are your traits? You are disgraced. You cannot be trained in social professions. You cannot be ennobled. I haven't even gotten to ennobled yet. Something about dressing them up, I'm not sure yet. Likelihood of having desires halved. That's good, because desires mean I have to fuss with you when you want things. And you're sensitive. Well, aren't you just a little snowflake, Clan Edlef? Might rarely engage in a mild feud if there's another clan on the same tile, and same tile also counts as the settlement, and there's going to be a bunch of people in the settlement. Some people will be outside, many people will be inside, eventually, if I do this right. So you're just a little bit of a sensitive, delicate flower, Clan Edlef. Now I gotta think what you're going to be good at. Because here's the thing with At the Gates. I have to plan what this clan is going to be, not now, but in like 100 years. What is this clan going to be doing? I actually don't know if the game goes on for 100 years, but, in many, 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 many game turns from now, what are you going to be doing with your life, Clan Edlef? Because I need to start thinking now about where you're going to be then. Okay, remind me one more time. You're terrible at social. You cannot be trained in social professions. Okay, and you're sensitive. So if you're going to feud with people on the same tile, I kind of want to keep you out of the settlement. You should be somebody who goes out and does something. And you can't be trained in social things, so I might earmark you for a gatherer or a hunter or something like that. And here's another neat feature. I know this is not, exactly a brand new feature. Lots of games give you notes you can do with people, but it is insanely helpful with this game because 5 minutes after I do this, after I've done 20 other things with all these clans, I'm not going to remember what I want this lady to do. So you could be maybe food or hunting, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, let's just earmark that. So when I come back to train you, I'll have at least some idea of what my plan was for you. Okay, clan number 2. This is what I'm talking about. It's sitting and planning. It's a very contemplative game. Clan Bertram, what do you got going on? You, what's your traits? You're a woodsman. I wish I had some woods, but that's really handy. No extra move points to enter forest, brush, or forest and brush tiles. Great. I don't actually have any trees, but I'm going to need people to cut them down eventually. You're apathetic. No experience gain in any discipline. Oh, that's going to be fussy. Clans will have professions and disciplines. So professions, pretty self-explanatory. It's what they're going to do for a living, whereas disciplines are more sort of a broad philosophical tree they can go through and just be. So you're not going to gain any experience in your discipline. Fussy. Okay, but you never have desires. That's good. I don't need to fuss with you then. And I don't really have a plan for you right now, Bertram. I'm going to come back to you. I want you to be a woodsman, but I got to figure out if I've got any woods. Talbot, your deal. You're the riverman and you're fastidious. Okay, it takes you longer to do things, basically, but you're going to get more out of it. You would probably be good in some sort of crafting profession. So, I'm going to come back to you too, Talbot. We'll come back to you. I'll make some plans for you. And the other first things we have to do before we even make a move here is start studying things and training people. So we're not studying any professions. And here's our initial tech tree. Hunting, agriculture, livestock, a lot of the things you would expect from this type of game, metalworking and, some crafting, blacksmithing, weapons, that kind of thing, wood collectors, which that guy would be awesome at, explorers, very important, and we've already researched all of the first, the trunk of the trees. We've already researched all those. We know wood collectors, we know explorers, we know diggers, etc. Diggers, obviously self-explanatory. They're going to go dig things out of the ground. So, with that being done, an explorer is the recommended first thing to get from the game. And it's not a bad idea because I need to figure out if I've got any trees anywhere around here. But my experience is start focusing on food now. Get food into production because these mouths to feed when it gets to be winter, because the seasons are vitally important in this game. And when it gets to be winter and we don't got no food, we need a stockpile. So, reapers and gatherers are my first choices. Gatherers are going to do what? Remind me. Fruit, honey, grapes, olives, that kind of things. Berries, that kind of thing. Reapers, you're going to do what? Wheat, barley, flax. That's fantastic. Okay. And when it gets cold, ain't nobody doing anything. Although gatherers can do berries in the winter. Good. And reapers can do anything? No. But they can both identify nearby plants. Remind me, yeah, we've got these unidentified plants down here. And we definitely have berries right here. It would behoove me to start training someone as a gatherer so they could get the berries, and then when they're done with that, maybe hop over here and identify this, or vice versa. We've got 15 food, and we're losing 1 per turn. That ain't good, and more clans are going to come in pretty quickly, depending on how famous we are. We're not very famous right now, but they're going to hop in the door and want to join us. Okay. Not training a clan, let's train a clan. Clan Edlef, I got you earmarked for food or hunting. How would you like to be a gatherer? Yeah, how would you like to go ahead and gather those berries that are down there? And while you're there, see if you can identify that unidentified plant. And back to the tech tree, this is what I'm saying. This is at the gates. This is staring at the screen and thinking. I'm doing this quickly, by the way. The few times that I've played it, I've just sort of sat here going back and forth between screens. I'm kind of, in a weird way, speed running this right now. So what do I want to start with as a profession? Oh, I should just start going down explorers. One more time, remind me what I've got in the area. Nothing. Maybe some more minerals up there, rumors of an unidentified mineral, some more berries over there. Oh, there's a unidentified plant over there, and that looks like something that would be reaped. That looks like, wheat or barley or something put right next to the bandit camp. Honey down here. Who does honey again? I'm sorry, who does honey? Could bring me back up to here. Is it gatherers? Yeah, gatherers. Okay, so we already got one of those cooking. So that gatherer is going to have a fair bit to do down here. Get these berries, get these plants, maybe. We can get over here to get honey. That's going to take forever, by the way, because they're going to have to exhaust the berry patch first, then move over here. That could be, a couple of game years to get all that done. But a study a profession. Okay, I'm going to learn a thing. Let's get... I also kind of want to move down the hunter's route, go into honor, because honor leads to watchman. Watchman I've messed around with a bit. Watchman can greatly extend your borders, because again, this is it. We're not going to have 20 cities dotted around the map. This is it. We can theoretically move the city. And actually, given my starting location, that's not the worst idea, but let's not mess with that for right now. Greatly extend our borders and allow you to harvest distant resource deposits. I've messed around with Watchmen. It's very handy. It's a really, really easy way to extend your borders. However, all of that being done, let's just commit to discovery and get going into the explorers, because somebody's going to have to be an explorer. And finally, that is it. That is our first turn. That 20 minutes in, that's our first turn. This is a contemplative thinking game. This is not compared to Civilization series is an action-packed shooter compared to At the Gates, and that's a compliment. This is I am shocked at how much time in the last couple of days I have just spent staring at the screen and thinking. That's a game right there. That's a game, and that's if a game is drawing that much attention out of me, and all I'm doing is looking at this map and going, what is that clan member going to do 20 years down the road? That's game. So, finish our turn. And one thing I really like about At the Gates, the turn counters are just lightning speed. I'm used to sort of, again, Civilization comparison. Civilization turn counters can take a while to go through. No, this is just going to blaze right through. And boom, we are... Don't make me a liar, At the Gates. Oh, you're making me a liar. There we go. But a fast turn counter nonetheless. Yep, new clan already joined. New clan has already joined. Yeah, okay, all right, all sorts of things are happening. I've received information about several tiles. Have I really? Okay. I'm not sure why I did that. Is that because I learned Discovery? Maybe we've got kind of a broader eye on the land around us? Or is it maybe just because we've gone through the first turn and we've kind of settled? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But we've got, our growing fame, and we can tooltip fame. As your fame grows, new clans hear of your deeds and join your tribe. Which each clan that joins, fewer remain who are interested in your leadership, and the rate new clans arrive will slow down. So, long story short, we're going to get a bunch of clans right off the bat, but that will slow down, and it'll take longer and longer for new clans to join. More reason to think about what each clan is going to do, because we're not going to have an infinite number of them. You start the game producing 4 fame per turn, but this number can be increased dramatically by training clans in professions that produce fame. The bard, the feastmaster, the woodcarver, etc., etc. I'm not actively looking to get a bunch of clans in here right now because we don't have the food to support them over the winter. But let's see who we did get. Clan Adalbert. You have a fabulous man bun going on there. You're local. Oh, this is why. This is why we got eyes on that area, because of Clan Adalbert. Your trait is you reveal the location of nearby deposits and nearby deserted locations. Because you're local to the area, you let us know there's some, unexplored animals up there. Quite a few of them. I've got Clan Adalbert open, but I'm looking up here. Animals, honey, mineral deposit. Oh, wow, you really gave us a good eyeball. You are very welcome. Berries, more plants over here. This may not be as bad a start location as I thought, but I still don't see a darn tree. Fish down here. So there's probably ocean, lake, something down here. Okay, all right. Clan Adalbert, what you're local and what? Training time doubled in honor. Okay, that's fussy. Experience gained in all disciplines reduced by 1/4. So you're a little fussy to deal with. You're a little fidgety. And likelihood of having desires doubled. You're going to be an issue, aren't you? You're going to be a problem down the road. What would you theoretically be good at then? I suppose could just make you an explorer. Just kick you out the door and you go look for things. You've already found a bunch of things. Maybe you can look at more things. Switch disciplines. All right. Well, I can't because I'm still training Clan Edlef as a gatherer, rather, not a hunter, a gatherer, and I can only do one thing at a time. So I can't set up training for all of these clans at once. I have to do it one at a time until one is done. Then I can move on to another one. Again, the planning that you need to do, because I can't just get all of these guys out the door and doing something. No, we're starting with her, then we'll figure something else out, and when that person's trained, we'll go somewhere else. Okay, all right, Adalbert, I'm going to commit to making you an explorer. In fact, I'm just going to make a note of that right now, just so I don't do something else with you. You are going to be an explorer. I can switch disciplines. That's super. But I can't, because that's a type of training, so I can only do that one at a time. Study a profession. Yes, please. All right. I think this is my very, very limited experience with, again, about 4 hours into this game. My best move that I found is just start getting all the, I suppose tier 1, but kind of tier 2 things done. So we've done discovery, and that will lead on to all these other things. I'm just going to go ahead and get, crafting is good, but agriculture, that'll lead to farmers. Farmers get more stuff. So the gatherer is going to go out and just pick the berries. The farmers will actually set up a farm, which is totally irrelevant now because we need timber to make the farm, and we don't have any trees. That's why I've got to get the explorer out the door, but I can't get the explorer trained until the gatherer is done. You see where we're going here. So let's start working on, metalworking. I found that to be a solid one, because the sooner you can get blacksmiths and weaponsmiths, the better, basically. And blacksmiths and weaponsmiths, will stay in town. So in case I'm often vague on these things, I don't do tutorial videos or anything like that. It's just not the way the Wee Hours works. But in case it wasn't clear, some of the clans are going to go out and do things. Some of the clans are going to stay home and make things, would be the simplest way to explain it. So some will go out and get wood. Some of them will stay here and carve wood. Some of them are going to go out and get, I hope that's iron. It could be anything. I don't know. I've drawn coal before. I've drawn all sorts of stuff. But let's say they're going to go out and get iron, and then Other clans are going to stay home and make weapons and tools. Okay, turn number 2 accomplished. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish that turn. Whew. Oh, who the heck are you? Oh, what's your deal? Who's the who? Wait, no. Okay, that's great. Yes, metalworking. Yes. Oh, did you join us? Did you come in on a horse? You didn't give me a horse. If you did, I've still only got the 100 gold and 100 treasure rather, and I'm losing food kind of badly here. But I'm assuming that you just joined me. All right, let's get you out of the way. Clan Edlif, let's get you on your way picking berries. So I need you to move to the berries, please. Yeah, who are you? You're a lancer. You're not mine. I'm going to guess you came over from this farm over here. We got to get an explorer like right now. Right now. Because that ain't good. I can't be being attacked. I've never been attacked. I can't be attacked this early. Let's be friends. I will give you berries. Clan Edlif is moderately competent at picking berries, and we will give you some, provided that doesn't lead us into starvation. Okay, you're on the berry patch. Go ahead and start foraging. Thank God. Now we've got +2 food coming in. Good. Excellent. Fantastic. New clan, what's your deal? You have a great hat, Clan Albrecht. You are impulsive. Likelihood of having desires doubled. Oh, and you might be a criminal. Ooh, I haven't run into that yet. I haven't dealt with theft or brawls or anything along those lines. You might be another guy we want to kind of kick out the door and go do things somewhere else. Training time halved if at least 3 terms. Oh, good. You'll be trained faster. But you're obsessed with every desire, so if you have a desire, you ain't letting it go. Ooh, that's a really rough combination to draw there. Obsessive and impulsive. They're going to have more desires, and they're going to lock those things in hard and not let go. Okay, Clan Obrecht, what are we going to do with you? Switching disciplines. I can actually do that now, because I'm not training anyone else. Job, no job, let's be honest, does it really matter? It does in my civilization, Bertram. In my empire, you get a job. I really want you to be a woodcutter, truth be told, but I don't know if we got any wood, Bertram. Adalbear, let's use my notes. I've got you geared to be an explorer. Let's switch your discipline, I think. I have. Do I have that one unlocked? Yep. Switch that to discovery, yes. Right now you're in metalworking. I genuinely don't need you to be metalworking right now. Discovery. You, next turn, will be trained in discovery, and then I can actually train you in discovery. Okay. You're going to have a broad philosophy of discovery, and then we'll train you to do the nitty-gritty bit of discovery, like walking around and looking at things. And we have to study a new profession. I'm going to just keep going down my idea of locking down the level 1/level 2 thing. I'm going to take crafting 1. If we ever find any trees, that will lead us to loggers, which is very good. That's going to increase how much timber we're going to get. And I think that's all we've got to do. We're learning crafting. We're training him in a philosophical idea of discovery before he goes out and actually discovers anything. Good. Lock that turn in. Okay, the horseman is leaving. That's really encouraging. I really appreciate that. It's late May 400 AD and he's out of here. Fantastic. We're getting food, +2 food. That ain't going to hold us forever. That's the thing I learned in my first game that I actually went pretty deep into is, you start off and you think, oh, I got tons of food. I got no problem with food until winter hits. And then a couple of winters hit in a row, and you realize all you've been doing is gathering stuff. You haven't set up farms, you haven't set up pastures, if you got animals, all that kind of stuff. Do I actually want to switch disciplines right now? Do I? What's your discipline? You have none. Well, I should switch you for something then. Where's my... you know what? I need to make a note on you. You need to be a logger of some sort. I don't know what that means right now. You'll probably just start out cutting wood, and then we'll train you later to do actual logging camps, but I need to remember to do that. Can I, in fact, train you in... What is that? Agriculture? No, I haven't learned that yet. No, then you know what? I don't want to train you in a discipline. I'd rather train a profession. And what is that? Okay, we need to make Adalbear an explorer. Let's focus on Adalbear Being an explorer, please. Yes, thank you. Exploring. Go all the exploring places. Yes, do that. Good. All right, then we can kick Adalbert out the door in the next turn and then deal with everyone else. And same again on the studying a profession. I'm just going to lock in another level 1. Do I want livestock? I'm going to go into honor, because honor will lead to our military. This is where our military is primarily going to live, although some other ones live other places, like boat things live in another spot that I can't immediately remember because I've only briefly glanced at it. And this is not our tech tree, by the way. I mean, it is our tech tree, but this is not it. Once I unlock agriculture and get up to this tier, then a whole bunch of other things behind it are going to unlock. This is just at the gates way of saving me a mental breakdown of trying to navigate the all of the tech tree at once. It gives you utility in little bite sizes. It's nice. But yeah, let's lock in honor, because that will get us started on a military. Dear God, I hope I don't need a military anytime soon, but just in case, because this guy's making me a little bit nervous here. Oh, his supply is critical, though. Yeah, people moving around, they need supplies. They need, food and things. And each tile will have a certain amount of supply to it, and apparently he ain't on the right tile. You should probably leave. You should probably go home. Go home. Just get out of sort of my neighborhood. Let's finish this turn. See what happens next. Okay, he's definitely out of here. Clan Detmar. Okay. I gotta feed all you people, although I like the sound of green thumb already. That sounds really good. Yeah, you start with 2 levels in agriculture. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. But you're rowdy. What does that mean? You're going to engage in a feud. Same tile if there's another clan. Great. That's perfect. You know why? Because you're not going to be in town. You're not going to be on somebody else's tile because you just told me you're good at agriculture. You know what that means? You're going out and you're going to go get some food for us. Do I have any food for you to get? I can send you down here. And there's bees over here. Yeah, beehive. Okay, we don't know what this is yet. The gatherer, I should really make... I know clans are idle. I know you're all idle. Oh, you're out the door, Adalbert. Good. Because there's another guy on a horse up here. So if you could just kind of go squeeze up there and see what lives up there, I'd really be interested at this point. Clan Kendrick. Okay, that doesn't really tell me who owns that tile, although we may meet them soon. Oh, you had another move point left. I'm sorry. Go up there. There you go. Oh, well, at least that just kind of caps out over there. At least it's not some huge territory. I might still be able to move in around here. Yeah, switch disciplines. Do I want to? You already have agriculture. You're fine. I'd rather train you, actually. I know we're not training a clan. I'd rather get you trained in... While I'm thinking of it, I'll deal with other people later. Let's get you trained in reaping. So we got 1 gatherer, 1 reaper. Bertram, I have to find out if there are any trees. Although I think, yeah, here we go. Now that my explorer's up here, we do have some trees. Hopefully more than that, but we've got some trees. And I am just getting wrapped up into this. And I'm sorry, the time is going long here. I apologize for what was effectively a first look video. I've gone way, way long in this. That's just the kind of game this is. I just get wrapped up into this. And all of a sudden, it's like an hour later, and I'm still contemplating what the heck I'm going to do with Clan Adalbert over here and where I'm going to move them to. And thank you for finding trees, by the way. It's going to give our loggers something to do. But there's a look at Jon Shafer's At the Gates. Please let me know in the comments what you think of it. I really dig it. It's a long, slow game. It's not an action-packed game by any stretch of the imagination. But I think it's a worthy addition to the channel. I hope you guys do too. Please let me know, because again, this was just geared to be a first shot at this. Just take a peek at it, get people excited about it. But I'd be more than happy to put this up on the channel and do a regular series. Let me know what you think of that idea in the comments below. Please let me know what you think of Jon Shafer's At the Gates, because I'm digging it. I gotta tell you, I'm digging it. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. You can see more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Wow. You could have hepatitis or golfer's elbow. I feel we should be able to narrow it down a little better. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but I'm saying I might be able to know the difference between golfer's elbow or hepatitis. First thing I'd ask is, do you play golf? Where are you going?